A big development, if you recall, there was an allegation made by a woman in the Miami area that Chris Brown raped her a couple of years ago. Well, there are new texts that came out that not only Chris Brown has circulated, but the police department in Miami Beach has these texts as well. And the lawyer for the woman now has these texts and has essentially fired her client for deceiving her.
Right. Remember, this is the anonymous accuser who also sued Chris for $20 million. But as Harvey just said, her attorney says the client did not give her all of the information, this information that has just now come out, these text messages that started the day after their encounter and continued for several months. In some of the text messages, this is just one of them, where the woman says to Chris, "You are honestly the best blank I've had. LOL, I just want it again."
And missing you. And,
right. And then at the end there, you can tell that Chris is not replying, and she seems rather angry at him or frustrated that he's not replying. And then she says, "You told me to stay, and then you're going to try to play me. That's crazy. I didn't deserve that, but you definitely got it."
Now, we should also say, and we're not going to show you this, but there were some pretty graphic images, photographs that she took of herself
Nude
that
selfies.
she sent to Chris, and it just doesn't add up when you hear the allegation and then the next day she's saying, "I crave what you had and I miss it and I want it again." And you know,
so what happened after this happened in December 2020, and then at some point in the next few months, she moves to LA. And is still in touch with Chris. He did respond to her at times, but it doesn't appear they ever met. And as you saw in that,
after the first encounter.
Yeah, after that first encounter. And that's why you saw she was getting annoyed that Chris was not responding to her. She did leave him a voicemail, and Chris himself posted, I guess this is a friend of his, playing the voicemail. He posted this on his social media. Here is what the voicemail that she left him says.
You're giving me mixed signals. You're like reading messages and stuff, and you haven't blocked me yet, so I'm guessing you don't hate me. I just want to see you again. I mean, just answered the phone and you just hung up. Like, just let me know. Like, if you want me to leave you alone, I definitely would, but I really just want to again.
Yeah, this is completely different from what she had alleged in 2020. Remember, you guys, she had claims that he had drugged her and pulled her into a room on a yacht and had then raped her. But now, after hearing these voicemails, to seeing these text messages, like you said, Harvey, there was nude photos that she was sending for several months after this incident had happened. It paints a completely different story, that this was a consensual matter and she was actually asking for even more and had praised him and was practically begging for more interactions with him. And Chris has posted that he feels vindicated and actually had hinted that he is going to now take legal action, which, by the way, her attorney confirmed that these are all her and that all these texts, these voicemails were in fact her client. And like you guys had mentioned, this attorney is now ditching this case, saying that she did not know that about any of these text messages or proof, and saying goodbye.
And had asked about, is there any information like this? And she had initially said, no, it auto deletes after a year, so I don't have any of these, and I never did anything like this. And then, according to the lawyer who I spoke to, the lawyer said, and then she finally fessed up when we got hold of the emails, because what we found out is, now look, the Miami Beach Police Department has been investigating this as a criminal matter, a rape case, a rape investigation against Chris. And, you know, one of the things that we're told is that he was losing business, he was losing entertainment possibilities because of this.
After the accuser filed the lawsuit.
And so Chris's lawyers last week sent these text messages over to the Miami Beach PD. We've called Miami to find out, what are you going to do now that you see these, you know, texts? We have not heard back from them yet. But on the civil case, she's now without a lawyer. I don't know if she's going to get one. On the criminal side, we will wait and see, but it seems highly improbable they are going to continue this investigation.
If she doesn't have an attorney, does the lawsuit, I mean, she has to file to drop the lawsuit?
She can represent herself. I mean,
does Chris need to file for a motion to dismiss this? Or?
Well, Chris may file for that motion to dismiss. That's a hard thing to do because if you file a motion to dismiss, if there's any triable issue of fact, the judge isn't going to grant the motion to dismiss. And the judge could say, well, I don't know what's true and what's not true, but I have a feeling this thing blows up, you know, given all these text messages on both the civil and the criminal side.
Story in New Jersey, if that is indeed her on that voicemail and those text messages, it certainly does not help her case. You don't typically see a rape victim reaching out to their alleged rapist saying, hey, I had such a fun time. Please let's do this again, because you're so traumatized from that experience. So it certainly does not help her case. If I was Chris Brown, I would definitely sue for defamation, for sure.
Yeah, he's really angry.
Yeah.
For sure.